Hey, hello everybody. Again, I am here alone in the very beginning. You know, I need to start scheduling these so you have fair warning that I will be here. So I'll work on that, guys. Just for you. Oh, wrong keyboard. Sorry. So I will wait till a few people get here before we get into all this. One person who's here. Hold on. I am, here we go. I am Well, there was one person. Let's see. Nope. Top fans. Pop out chat. There we go. Somebody is here. Thank you, whoever you are. Top chat. It is top chat again. I want live chat. So I am waiting on some more people to show up. So while we are waiting, I will do this. Okay. I played that again to see what's going on. So I see there's 4 people here, and I want to thank you for that. I do need to get more familiar with the whole streaming thing and make sure that I do the notification, ahead of time, so you guys have time to know what's happening. So thank you everybody who is here. And today we are going to put the Rainbow Crackle Jackson back together. And then I'm going to show some more on the tone, the capacitors for the tone on the guitar. What I was explaining the other day about splitting a potentiometer to add 2 different capacitors, I found an old one that I could use and show you guys just what I was talking about. But I will wait. Hey, Mad. I will wait till a few more people get here. MPN. All right. What I decided to do tonight, I know I'm going to be on Laz's show, and he's supposedly going to be home probably right in time for the show to start, which means it'll probably be 10:30 Eastern time instead of 10. And he's supposed to get the guitar today. They tried to deliver it yesterday, and they didn't leave it there. So today they're supposed to do that, and hopefully he gets it. Because according to Uncle Raymond, if he doesn't take it today, they'll try one more day, and then if they don't leave it there, they're going to send it back to me. So I'm hoping that he is there to get it. Patrick, hello. thank you for stopping by. So, with that, with that being said, there's 7 here. Hold on. MPN or Mad, can you guys hear me okay? Or do I need to turn the vocals up a little bit? Or thank you, Patrick. I try. I mean, I really do, because you could do 500 perfect ones. Okay, thank you. And do one that's bad, and what's the one everybody's going to hear about? The bad one. So I do that with the paint jobs and the work, the repair, everything. Okay, hold on. I can go up a little bit more here, like that. How's that? And I can turn my headphones down because it's blaring in my ears. Is that better? Hey, Lewis. So I'm hoping, to get everything going again. MPN, thank you. Okay. The biggest thing is what I hear through here. I can't really judge how loud you're hearing it. I can look here on the meters and see where I'm at, and I'm like 3/4 of the way up when I'm talking. Like right now, it's 3/4 of the way up to pegging. But I also have volume control and a slider and headphone control, so I don't know exactly what you guys hear, whether it's too low or too high. And then if you tell me to turn it up higher, then I have to slide it up more, and then I got to turn the headphones down and the other slide down so it doesn't blow my ears out. So I that's why I got to ask you guys. So bear with me for that, please. Again, Laz's guitar should be there today. And if he's gonna, I guess, unbox it tonight on his show. So let's see. So going from last night, talking about the capacitors and all that stuff, what I've done is I found the capacitor I was trying to find last night, where I can actually show you what I did, even though this is an old capacitor. Actually, I stepped on it last night and cracked it, so I had to glue it back together. And the purple parts came in. I did put the Floyd together, but I didn't put it in the guitar. So I'll put it in there, and we'll set it up. And I'll put new strings on it, and we'll go from there. But I do want to talk a little bit more about that capacitors and show you, again, show you how to do what I was talking about, where you can get 3 individual sounds from any of your pickups without adding any switches or more knobs. So if you kind of follow last night's show, it's going to, bleed into tonight's. So I hope that still interests you guys. So with that being said, any questions here, or do you want me to just go to the bench now? And I did try to modify the light overhead so it doesn't glare. And I did that by putting paper over the fluorescent LED light. And what it did is calm the light down in the area. So I'm trying to figure that out. So, you guys have any questions or any comments about the last night's show, I should say? And again, anybody who wants the little printout of what the capacitors do, you can send me an email and I will just send you a photo in return of the sheet. Okay, so no questions. All right, well, we'll go to the bench. Let me switch cameras. And I hate how that camera flushes the colors out of that guitar. That guitar is very deep and rich colors, but through that camera, it makes it look terrible. So I'll take the headphones off. And then I got to put this on the phone so I can see what you guys have to say. And then we'll go from there. Oh, okay, that's on Bluetooth. That would stink. I'll shut that off over here. Forgot I was working on the lighting area and I had my music playing. Not my music, just my playlist playing. Russell, let's see. Ever cut a custom pick guard from stock? Router bit advice. No, I have not. I have not cut one, but my daughter has the what is it called? It's the laser cutter that cuts through wood. And I can't remember the name of it. And she was going to try to cut some out of wood for me to see how that works. But she has not done it as of yet. Russell, you know what you could do? You could lay it out in the sunlight, let it get hot, and then lay something heavy on it and flatten it back out. This is the capacitor table I am talking about. If you guys want a copy of this, just let me know. And I will, I guess you can. It does block the glare, so I will send you guys a photo of this so you have it. Just email me right there, and we'll be good to go. So hold on one second. Yeah, you can try that, Russell. I've done that before. Set it out in the sun, in the heat, and let it go from there, and they've straightened back out. Or if it's not sunny where you are, you can always take a heat gun, and obviously don't get too close to it or you'll damage the plastic, but heat it up on a table and then lay something flat and heavy on it to flatten it out to let it cool. Just an idea. That's, just an idea is all it is. But the color in this thing is so much darker than what the camera is showing. Yeah, you can bake it in the oven. You just have to have something heavy and flat that will cover it completely when it cools, and I mean heavy. So give it a try. The purple hardware kit came in this morning. These are anywhere from $60 to $66, depending on the color. And what you get is, and here's, you might say, wow, $66. But here's you go. You get, this is a 6-string set, but you get seven of the string lock screws. You get you'll get 4. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. So when you mount you have 3 screws here. You'll end up getting 4 when you get the kit. You always have the 3, need 1 extra. You get 7 of the string locks. You get 7 of the blocks and 7 of the the base screws, saddle screws. So that's the purple on the black. I think it looks pretty good. Again, as far as improved function, it's not going to, because the other parts I had in here were stainless also. This is just completely just for looks. But I do think it looks better than just a silver. Kind of blends into the guitar better. Hey, Greasy. So, yeah, I kind of like that. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, I do have the pink kit, and that was from you, Greasy, right? But I didn't want to put pink on here. But technically, because of the colors, I could have did these first 3 in pink, then into the purple. But you know me, no pink. So you get, this is a 6-string set, so you get 7 of the blocks, 7 of the saddle screws, 4 of the block screws, 7 of the string block screws, and then you get 3 black Floyd Rose noiseless springs and 3 red. So if you just go to buy 3 of these, you're going to have $20. So you got $40 in 6 strings, plus you got all the stainless steel hardware, all up for $66. And then you get to keep the container if you want to save other parts. So it's pretty cool. I like this kit. This is what I've usually used on a bunch of them. So let me put this back in the block. FU tone. It's worth the whatever this is, $14, $16. Well worth it. I'm going to, not tonight, because I don't have that long here, because I have got Liza's show later. But I knew I was going to do that. I am going to try to work this into just 2 springs instead of 3. And you can get 2 springs on something, but some guitars have a hard time doing it, and you have to put 3 on unless you want to experiment with different spring combinations, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when I got this from this was again gifted to me by Bay Area Rich, and I didn't really mess with it that much, other than put the stainless on it. And I think I changed a pickup. I think it had a JB, and I put a 6 in it. All right, so that's good. Hey, Ian. I hope you're doing better, brother. I really do. Yeah, see, I mean, it bends pretty nice with 3, but I prefer 2 whenever possible. So, but you can see, I like the looks of the purple on there. Kind of goes with the guitar more. And I did color that in a rainbow color. The edge of the, where it says Floyd Rose, kind of, make it match. But this really is a good investment. FU Tone sells them. Floyd might even sell them, I'm not sure. I got that one from FU Tone. So, again, if you guys want a copy of this, send me an email, and I will send you a photo of this so you have it. And we're going to go with NYXL 9 through 42s. This is actually my favorite string. But what we got here? Humidipack kit, hands off humidity control. And string lubricant and cleaner, XLR8. Yeah, that's one thing. I've had people ask me. I keep the humidity in this house year round at 40. And a few times when I've done work on guitars and you've had them for a week or so or even longer, and they get acclimated to that 40 level, and they're all set and, set up, and everything's perfect, and then I ship it out, and it goes across country to, say Arizona, where there's no humidity or hardly any. Obviously, it's going to move. The neck will move. Sometimes the fret ends will come out a little bit. So I've suggested before to people, either get a dehumidifier or a humidifier if you want to. But see, I remember when we was playing, going all over the place, and then I ended up keeping the truss rod cover off the guitars altogether for the most part, because if we were, in Ohio or New York one night, and then farther out west where there was less humidity, it would move, it would change. So I just got to the point where I just left the truss rod covers off, because unless we were going to be, if we weren't going anywhere that was a big difference, then I didn't worry about it for a while. But you'd be surprised, people don't realize how that affects the guitar itself. So I have a Well, for us, I have a dehumidifier, and I keep it set at 40. I used to keep it set at 50, but I found, at least here in this part of Ohio, 40 ended up working better. And through the winter, I don't have to worry about the necks moving. Just keep it right there, and it all stays, works fine. So I know you guys out west would have to get a humidifier. I understand that. But find the sweet spot that your guitars like and keep it there, and if you play out, then that's a different story. But like as far as MPN, he only lives 4 hours away from me, so we're pretty much the same weather. So that's a no-brainer there for how that would work. It's just when you go from one extreme to the other that it screws up. But that is one reason why I love Jackson Soloist also. Not only because the way they play and the way they look and sound. So you have your truss rod in here, plus there's 2 carbon fiber rods on one on each side of the truss rod to help keep the neck stable. So that's a good addition. Hey, JD. Or DJ, sorry, JD. Sorry about that. Oh, I did put the on the locking nut, the purple one too. Good, man. Give us a hint. What color? Or if it's color, just give us the main color. And I leave the ball end up here at the frets, or at the tuner, sorry. And again, I used to do it for necessity. And then I just got, been doing it for 40 years, and I just keep doing it. Dwight, hello, sir. So let me get this strung up. Actually, just let me get the strings on it, and then I can go to back to the capacitor thing, because I know last night drawing it out and everything didn't really work as good as it should. So here's how I do this. Ball end at the top, and I come back to right here, right at the threads. Cut it. And put it in there. And here's something else I forgot to do. Where is... Here. I not only do it to my guitars, I do it to your guys' guitars if you set them here for me to work on. I do my best not to add any unwanted marks to yours or mine. But I will say that's one thing nice about working on relic guitars. You don't have to worry about this so much. Hey, Rocky. No, I did not, Matt. Sorry about. I usually catch them, but today was kind of hectic for me. Let me turn this the other way here for a minute. You know what? Let me just use this for now. Yeah, today was a hectic day for me, and I haven't had time to do anything, and we just got back here a little bit ago. Make sure your string is dead center of the groove. Twist until you see the lines on the bar start to twist, and you know you're tight enough. And sorry for the noise, guys. Cover your ears. Or if Janice is here, I apologize, dear. Hi, Peggy. So in the middle of the slot and down to the bottom. Boo. I cannot believe that neck pickup has a 13-something output. I watched I did see the short video that RJ did on the hottest pickups on the internet that you can get at 25. And I was going to comment, not quite the hottest, but close. Because we all know the slug is over 40 ohms. They're advertised at 48. Mine's like 44.3. But then, to be fair, I don't know what he's charging for those pickups that he's selling. But I can tell you the slug's $150 just for one, so also you got to consider that. If you don't want to spend $150 for one, but you can get one that's, half as hot for $30 or $40, then yeah, that's the way to go. Definitely that's the way to go. I don't know what he's selling them for. I mean, I don't even think he said it in the video. Hey, Laz. So, I was going to comment on it, and I thought, nah, I better not. But I didn't want anybody making, any comments, smart comments to him, saying that's not it, you're wrong, But you, Matt, are in touch with him more than I am, so let him know, please. Then on the G, B, and E, I come back to the Instead of here, I come here, just give it a little bit more. There we go. Because with the ball ends up there on the tuners, if the string breaks down here, you can literally use all the way to the ball end and you're good to go. So, but here's the thing a lot of people don't realize. When you talk about string wraps on the post up here, you typically don't want a lot on the E, A, and the D, but you do want more on the G, B, and A or E. And the reason being, if you look at the size difference, the more wraps you have on these three, quote the first three, gives you more contact, which will give you more sustain. I like that purple. So but I'm not going to worry about tuning this up right now. Just going to get the strings on it, and we'll get to the capacitor information. Sorry, I was holding on to that string. Because I think, and I've got a lot of emails last night after the show about the capacitor part of last night's show, and I'm glad that it went over as good as it did, because like I said, a lot of people don't understand that, and they'll tell you, oh, capacitor changes the sound, but they don't actually know what it does. So that's why I wanted to get into that last night. Hold on. Get this one on. I'm really digging the purple on the tremolo. I think that makes, again, I had stainless in it already, so improved function with this purple is, not any more than what it already was. But the improved looks, in my eyes, makes it a little bit more pleasing. And, my guitar, that's what I want. So now, if it had the original black hardware on it, then yes, this is an upgrade. But again, so is the stainless stuff. That Mr. Mick won last night. A couple of you guys were so close, like one number off. Then you'd go the opposite way. I was, wow. All right. So again, I'm not going to worry about tuning it right now. But give me something to do. Laz, your show is going to be at 10 or 10:30. I know you can't like hang out because you're driving, but I just wanted to see if you can get that in there. And I can check. Well, I don't know if you can because you're driving, but I can check. Hold on, where's the... that one, and then that one. There we go. Let me check real quick, Laz, and I can see if it has been delivered yet. Hey, it was delivered, Laz. So you got it. That's good. Man, it's so cool to see everybody in here. I love that. So, Laz, the Scarlet 1000 is at your place. Again, I'm not going to worry about tuning this right now. Action's really high, so I got to lower that. You're not supposed to loosen or lower or raise these with tension on them. You can do it a few times and get away with it, only if you use the good oil and put just a little drop of oil in there, let it so it kind of guides it in. And then that's the best way to do it, and you can get away with it. That should be about right there. So a couple turns, and I oiled it first, as you saw, so we're good to go. So anyhow, there it is with the purple. Again, it had stainless on it already, so it didn't change anything functionally or make it any better, but I like the looks of the purple on there with the purple, because the purple kind of runs right through that. Now, technically, I could have took a couple of the pink ones I got from Greasy and put there and there, like at least on the first two where the pink, but I didn't want any more pink on here than that's already on here. So but you see, she's all cleaned up. I'm going to hang it right now on the wall. Let it hang there for a couple hours, and I'll bring it back over here tonight and tune it. But I did, like I said, I found that capacitor I was talking about, and I really want to show that. So I like that. I like that a lot. Hold on, everybody. I should leave it up here untuned, and then when Cole comes here next week, let him grab it and play it. Like, Dad, come on. Again, I got so many of these now. I got them for pretty much every color guitar. Oh, I'm wearing the purple cup tonight too, or not wearing it, using it. This was the kit, the purple kit. You can get red, let's see, purple, red, gold, green, blue, burnt chrome, and the regular stainless, and the pink. So you get 8 different colors, and it's $60 to $66. They used to be $53 when they first came out, but and then so I have the pink ones in here from Greasy. The whole pink set's in here, but there's a couple red, gold, blue. There's no green. All the green. I only had one thing of green. Used it. So, and then I did put. And there's the extra. There's the extra purple block. And I don't know how well you can see that, but it is also for the new Floyd style, the front. So there's the back where your screw would go in like this. Okay. So the front now has the curved fronts to work on the new Floyd Rose also. So it works on the old ones and the new ones. But that's what happened on Mr. Mick's guitar. It was, the saddles had that curve in it, and the only stainless ones I had didn't have the curve, so I couldn't use them. So keep that in mind. And then again, I still have this, which I am going to probably put on the green guitar. So I love me Floyds. All right. Now let's get into this capacitor. All right. So last night's class, everybody, we talked about the capacitor values and actually what they do, which is capacitors remove the high end, the treble from your pickup. So if you had the 0.1, that's going to remove the most treble, and you're going to have an extra dark, real heavy bass sounding, and most times muddy. 47 is your classic warm, mellow, single coil sound kind of. It's kind of a high removal of the treble. The 033 is moderate. It's a balance between everything. Okay. All right, let me move up here. All right. So the 33, it's a good balance for everything. The 22, this is what's usually on humbuckers. They're clear, versatile, and standard. If you go down here to the 01, that's hardly taking anything off. So it's articulate and retains most treble. It's not treble at all. So, again, if you guys want a copy of this, email me. I'll send you a photo of it so you have it. But last night I was talking about the hack you could do. Now, what did I do? Here it is. This is a very old capacitor from the 50s. And it's the one it's from my steel guitar, lap steel guitar. I mean, you can look at this thing. Plus, it's so much bigger, but I stepped on it and I had to glue it on, so I just kind of stuck it together. But that's what you get. Because this is bigger than the pots, the full-size pots today. They fit inside this. So when you get this apart, this is what you have. And so it's in the guitar. That way it would be on, and this way is off all the way. So you see that brass or copper right there. There's like 2 little pieces right there. I think you guys can see that. I hope so. And then there's this carbon See, I cracked it. I stepped on it, so I glued it back together real quick. This carbon runs around here, and now you're on off. So as you turn it, it increases it and gets you to full sound. So if you take your capacitor apart, this is a cool trick. Turn it to like the on position all the way. That gives you a space right here. And all you need to do is come through here with something. Again, this was just to show you guys, so it's not a precise thing. But if you come through here, straight back, and break that carbon, put a nice line in it, like that, you now split it. So here's what you can do. So to have the full sound of the pickup, it would be right there in between the two pieces. That's your actual sound of the pickup. So now what you're doing is you would put this back, together. I'm just going to hold it. And you'd put a capacitor here to here and a different value capacitor here to here. And then when you turn it that way, you get the sound from this capacitor. In the middle, when you got the notch deep enough, you'll feel it hit, so you know you're in between. Then your normal pickup, and then you have the sound for the other capacitor over here. So you can technically get 3 different sounds out of any of your pickups or all of your pickups without adding a switch, without adding another pot, just by doing that. So you'll have natural sound in the middle of your pickup, then capacitor 1, capacitor 2. And then just put it back together, stick it in the guitar, and you're good to go. Yeah, Lewis, it's a lot of people's like, well, I want a different sound. So, and technically, you don't have to put it in the middle, the break, but if you don't, you're not going to have the equal amount of sound on each one. So, yeah, just cut that middle, cut a slot. I mean, obviously that's sloppy because it's showing you guys, but as long as you have a full break in there, and then when those contacts hit it, I feel it drop in there. So now I know I'm off of both capacitors. That's the natural sound of the pickup. Then I can go to this one or to this one. So that's 3 sounds out of all your pickups, or just one of them, whatever you want. Wish I wouldn't have stepped on that, man. That broke. This capacitor is from 1955 or 56. And it is, I mean, I'll show you. I have one in here? No. I got a couple new ones. Most of this is used. There's the full size ones today. Look at the difference. But same thing. Take it apart. Cut that line in it. And then you'll have one capacitor here from this lug to the cover, and from this lug to the cover. And then there you go. That would give you 3 different sounds. Capacitor 1, natural pickup, capacitor 2. And you still have an area to increase or decrease the value when you're turning it. So it's a little trick. It works. I've done it for a long time on a bunch of guitars I had before. So the only thing is, the only thing is, when you put it in the guitar, remember you have it set up that way. Because if you go to turn it on full, you're going to have it on whatever capacitor you have. And if you turn it off, it's not going to go off. It's going to go to the other capacitor, so the middle will be off. So, man, they don't make them like that anymore. But I mean, that's a big difference in size. Like I said, pretty much that whole thing fits in there with room to spare. So, any other questions? Again, about the value of the capacitor and just what it does. Because like I said, for years, people say, oh, I put a capacitor in. What did it do? Oh, it changed the sound. Well, how? Well, I just turned it up and down. But what did it do? And no one knows. Or, I would say no one knows. No one talks about it, but it's actually treble removal. Each capacitor, the value is different, and it removes that much of the natural treble or high frequency from whatever pickup you have in there. So it's something to consider. It's not a hard thing to do, and it actually gives you 3 different versatile sounds. Now, this is basically what I did to MP, or not MPN, sorry, MPN. What I did to CC's guitar, I did like the Van Halen inspired. It only had one volume knob. And he didn't want to put another pot in it. So I basically did the same thing I do here on a 3-way switch. And then I cut the slot, because it is a Kramer Beretta special. So it doesn't have a slot, doesn't have a switch, it's one volume and one pickup. But I cut a slot in it, put a 3-way blade switch in it, and did the same thing. All the way back is just the pickup. In the middle, it's one pickup, or the pickup and one capacitor, and all the way up is the pickup and the other capacitor. The only problem was the capacitors he sent me, he wanted me to use, were the same value. So I think I found one that was a little bit, that was before I got all the other ones I have now. So I found one that was a little bit more different and put it in. It gave it a different sound. But like if you would do this, and for example, put a 0.1 and then a 0.01 in here, it would be so freaking night and day. But here's the good part, like, the heavy, extra dark heavy, bass heavy, that's if it's, on full, so you can still blend it to get it where you want it. But what I'm saying is, if you do this, just remember, see, I got that cut deep enough so when I do it, it almost clicks in place. I don't know if you can hear that. No. So yeah, cut it deep so you feel that, so you know where you're off. If you want to try it, and if you don't like it, You can always just take it out and replace the whole potentiometer with one capacitor again. So you're good to go. So that would be a pretty cool thing. Treble bleed's a little bit different. Because it's really not removing, it's keeping that high end, it's just turning it down. So it's set up a little bit. We'll go over that another show. But yeah, this is, Derek, did you just get here? So here you go. Here's what I did. See that line down in the back right here? On that carbon circle, cut a clear spot, groove it out deep enough so when you go this way, you feel it drop in there. You know you're off. And then what you would do is put one capacitor here and a different value on this side. And then you have capacitor 1, normal pickup, capacitor 2. And you still get to dial it in. So it's just something to try if you want to do it that way. But again, you're getting 3 different sounds out of your pickups. So if you have this hooked up like a single hum, you're going to get 3 different sounds out of your humbucker. You're going to get 3 different sounds out of each single. Or if you have it set up to where all of them are on, you basically got 9 different sound options from all 3 pickups. So, any questions, everybody? Hey, Blue. I'm not a tone doctor. I used to be a gynecologist. Well, at least one in training. This is where I got the stain on here from Greasy's or Mr. Mick's guitar. So anyhow, there you go. That's how you can get 3 different sounds out of one pickup, or all your, just say 3 different sounds out of all your pickups without adding a 3-way switch or adding another tone pot. And again, if you don't like it, just take it out and put a new pot in with your 1 capacitor. And there you go. Yeah, I did. I put the, oh, well, some of you guys weren't here, so I'll show you. I did put the purple kit on the tremolo of the Rainbow Crackle. And I got it in and strings on. I just don't have it tuned up yet. I'm going to let it hang for a couple hours. But I will show you why I like the looks. Again, for function, it already had stainless in it. And these are stainless. They're just colored. So it's not improving the function or anything, but it is improving the looks as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. Purple. Kind of goes with the purple and pink. And then I did paint it a kind of like a rainbow color too. So I just like to make each of them mine. You know what I mean? Put the purple up there on the nut, locking nut. So there you go. I guess I'll wait till I make sure it's set right. And again, if you guys want a copy of this, just send me an email, and I took a photo of it, and I'll just give you I'll just send the photo to you, so you have it, and you know what the value is, what it does to the treble. Again, 0.1 takes most of the treble out. 47 is usually what's used in a single coil setup, so it takes quite a bit out. 33 is moderate, and it's kind of balanced. Then the 22, it's moderate, high, and then the 22 is moderate, and then the 01 is low, barely taking any treble away. And again, it's no treble at all. I know. I never claimed to be a comedian. Thank you, Blue. Well, I mean, I got red on the red, I got green on the green, blue on the blue, gold on the yellow and black. The mirrored one that I got from Greasy, he already had the titanium ones in it, which is cool. And then the orange one, the orange crackle, they do not make an orange set. I wish they would, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 orange guitars I can get that for. But, I just wanted it to, just to, what do I say, doll it up a little bit. So, but I just wanted to make it mine. That's what I did. So let me put this back again. I might end up doing the hot rod kit on the orange crackle. And then, thought I broke the string on it. I got this off a guy in Texas. And this has the FU tone trim, and then done in red. But I will say this. If you were going to have a detuna on this one, see how that is angled back that much? So your detuna is going to smack into the body. So if you're going to get one for a detuna, make sure the screw part is flat. But I love this one too. Big, I think that's a 42. So I can't put the cover on it. And we have a custom 5 and then a jazz. And then if you like speed knobs, but you don't want to do the dime bag trick, and how you do that basically is you get the pointed soldering tip, and then you would lay it like that and make sure it stays there, and then you just do this so you get where you want it. But I have that on a couple guitars, but I didn't want it on all of them. So I was looking on Amazon, and I found these rubber bands that I got a whole bunch of different colored ones for like $9. We're talking like 50 of them. So I got the red on here. I got blue on the blue one. I think that's all with this style. The rest have the flat top metal ones. So Yeah, Tim, I will watch that after tonight. So, but this FU tone got the red hardware in it. And we got 20 minutes before Liza's show starts. Then I got the blue on this one. And FU Tone was not selling the titanium fine tuners at the time I got these. So I ordered this set and a red set that's on one of the Red Jacksons, titanium, from Soul Drifter Guitars in Australia. Good deal. It just takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get them. But this has got, these are a lighter blue than what I got on the other one. Actually, I got this set, another blue set, and a red set. The other blue set was darker. Yeah, they're like this color. These are lighter. And I went with a custom ordered. Thank you, MJ, which is my pinup girl. She's right there. Black Winter. And this is, I got this wired up so when you plug it in, the LED lights up. As opposed to, I put a piece of tape over it on the inside. I had a switch on it. And every time you went to play it, you'd knock the switch on or off. So I was like, yeah, screw that. Let's wire it up differently. So when I plug it in, there's no switch. As you can see, here's my hands holding it, and the other one is plug. So I don't know how well you're going to see it in the light. So when I plug it in, there it is. It lights up. Still works as kill switch without the light or without, or with it or without it. But just plug it in and you're good to go. And here's the blue rubber bands on these, and they work fine. They're just tight enough to where they don't spin, and you don't have to burn the holes into that. So again, this was just to make it mine. Got the blue up here also. This was also a gift from Bay Area Rich. So Rich, thank you. Yeah, watch. You just plug it in. Here's my hand. There you go. Plug it in, lights up. So Bay Area Rich, thank you, sir. Rich, for those of you who don't know, Rich is a big sponsor of the other show and this one. And he is, as far as I'm concerned, like an older brother to me now, because he stepped in for my family in the Philippines. And not everybody would do that for somebody. So I just do the little stuff like this to make them different, make them mine. Same way with this. Those were actually black, the rails. And I took 3000 grit sandpaper and got the black off, then polished them up a little bit. I wanted the chrome to stand out with the rest of it. And I usually paint the engraving. But you could see this one, how there's no bend on that. That's flat, where the fine tuners are. Right there. So detuna, if this wasn't full floating, that's what you want if you're going to go with a detuna. You want it to be flat, not angled down to where it goes into the body. So there you go, guys. Grovers on it. I love the fretboard on this. I don't know how well it shows up in the light here on the camera, but you see like dark streaks. Like right there. So, yeah, MJ did the pickup for me. Again, she'll do them, But just add anywhere for 2 to 6 weeks on your waiting time if you want her to do it, because she's still doing them. She's supervisor of the department now, I'm told, but she still does pickups. And obviously, if you order one, if you're not someone like Slash or something like that, big time famous player, then you're put at the end of the list. But she will do it. So anyhow, that's a couple of them. Yeah, Blue. I don't understand why they do that. I mean, it just makes sense. Think about it. Okay, let's see. Well, let's just say that's your whole detuna system right there. So, that's too long. I'll do this. So right there. So that's flat. We're good to go. But when it's already on an angle like this, that's how you want it. So when you drop it down, it's clear. But when it's already on an angle like that, and you got your action lower, then you pull it back. It's going right into the body. So go with the flat. So, any other questions? Yeah, well, Peggy, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But it's just she makes them. Because I had one, I forget which guitar it's in now. I had in the green Jackson with the neon green that glows in black light. She made that one, and it was a custom order Pegasus. And then I think I had to wait. Well, I don't remember. That's probably 5 years ago. I ordered that. I think they told me normally it would be 2 weeks at that particular time, because it was in the winter that I ordered it. I think January or early February. And then I said, well, I want MJ to make it. And they're like, oh. And I think it went from 2 weeks to 6 to 8, for her. And it was worth the wait. Meanwhile, I had bought one that was just a regular production, same pickup, and put it in another guitar, same exact guitar, just different color. And it sounded great. I thought, yeah, that's the way to go. Pegasus sounds great. Then when I got hers and put it in there, it blew the factory built one completely away. So when she does them, she knows what she's doing. And it's not that the other one was bad. I mean, like I said, I thought, man, this sounds great. I can't wait to get another one. Then I hooked hers up, and it was like, wow, that's like a big change. It even sounded that much better. So that's why I kept going with her. But I had one, the yellow one on my ESP was made by her in 1987. So I've been getting MJ pickups for years. But back then, in 87, she wasn't in demand as she is, because she had only been with the company. Then I think she started in 76. So I don't think, it's just been like a little 10 years or so, somewhere between 9 to 11 years. And she, obviously she was making great ones, but she wasn't in the demand that she has been, over the last 40 some years now. So that's something to think about if you're going to order one. But it is nice to say, hey, I got some from MJ here. Because, she's been there, 45 years now? No. If she started in 76 or 77, she's got 50 years in. So, I mean, how much longer is she going to be doing it? So granted, you know, like I said, she's supervisor now, and I'm pretty sure that's to keep her workload down. I'm just guesstimating, but yeah, something to think about. If you want to get one, I would order it now. So something to think about, guys, because she's not going to be there forever. Again, full floating. Oh, all right. Let's see. Wow, you're not going to hear it though. Here's in tune. Then it's a little bit sharper, and then you can actually hear it. Goes flat that way. That's how you know you have your Floyd set. So whenever you do intonation, anything, you do it in the playing position, and then when you do that, like, hear how it went a little bit flat? Listen. And then comes up just a hair. That's how you know you have it set just right. When it does that, and then you can do this. You got it set. I am the Floyd guy in this area. So let me put this back. Hold on. And I have had people send me Floyd, just their Floyd Rose. And I went through it and did my thing to it for them and then sent it back to them. But I prefer, if at all possible, send me the guitar and then I can install it. Even if you're just replacing an old Floyd or a non-Floyd with a Floyd, let me install it and get it set up. That way I know it's right. When I did Michael B's Kramer, you know, I redid the Floyd for him, upgraded it, threw away the parts you don't need, like this stupid thing right here, and then put the stainless steel stuff in it, put it in the guitar. Then I routed out the neck for it and routed out the neck pickup for it, and I didn't have the neck. So he's the one that had to put it back together. He sent me the body and I did all the work and sent it back. But I would have preferred to do it, the whole thing myself. So it's something to think about. I mean, I'll do that if you guys need it done. I do that kind of stuff too. I do pretty much anything. And if I can't do it, I tell you I can. I'm not going to say, yeah, I can, and then do it, or, whatever. All right, what time is it? Laz's show starts in 6 minutes. All right, guys. So, with that being said, everybody, let me close out of here. So tell me this, was the light? I guess not. I put paper over top of this LED shop light there. So everybody tune in to Laz's show, because I think he's going to unveil the giveaway guitar. I'm hoping he does. So with that, everybody, let me come over here. I got the chat going over here. All right. Matt, if I had the extra cash, I would send it to you. I really would, but my wife got laid off right before Halloween. and that put a damper on the holidays and everything. And she got back not too long ago, and we're catching up. So, or I would help you, sir, because I love animals. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to jump over to Laz's show. For those of you who may, or there's 17 watching or 19 watching. For those of you who don't know who Laz is, just look up Music Therapy Laz, and he's giving away a guitar that he got delivered today. And also, as a reminder, so you know, when my subscribers here hit 500, Billy Ray has donated a guitar to give away for this channel. And here it is. I can show you. So at 500 subs, we will draw. Someone will win that, and then Billy will send it to you from his Arizona address. So you get a totally free guitar. And then, oh, wait, look at these. Hold on. Here you go, Peggy. All right, everybody. So with that, let me play the intro, outro, and I will see you guys. Let's see, probably tomorrow. See Friday, Saturday. Now see the different color there on the wall when it's not under that shop light? The shop light washes it out. We'll work on something. I may put that hot rod kit on that one there. That's the orange and black crackle. Or over here, you can't see it. I have the green and black crackle. I may put the hot rod kit on that and take the green off of it and put it on the green Charvel. We'll figure out something. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Jump over Laz's, and I will see you tomorrow. Here we go. Maybe.